YouTube, hello, hello, hello. What is up, my beautiful people? I want to go ahead and welcome my newest person to the membership. I have no clue how to read that. It looks like it might be Chinese or Japanese, or I'm not quite sure. Maybe you can explain that to me later. What, where you're from? But to everybody else, welcome to today's topic. And this topic was brought upon by a person who commented on my YouTube channel. And I thought I would just go ahead and respond to this via video. It's a lady. I'm pretty sure this is a video from a couple months back. It looked like it might have been 3 or 4 months ago. But she recently commented on it. And it's so cool having communication with people from all over the world, people joining my membership program, showing me that the work that I put out, the teaching that I teach is very valuable to them. And I'm very humbled because of it. And also, it helps me keep the lights on. It helps me stay in business for myself and not have to go work for anyone else. Because I feel like the work that I do here, the books that I'm writing, the content that I'm put out, it's better well served here in front of this camera. Like Dr. Wayne Dyer says, don't die with your music still inside of you. And he believes, and I'm pretty sure he got that from somewhere, but or it could have been his own words. I don't know. He believes that everybody has a song inside them that they want to play, whether that be a sport that you want to play in, on a court, on a field, a book you want to write, a song you want to compose, content you want to create. Everybody has a song inside them. And he said that you shouldn't die with your song still in you. And that video I listened to over and over and over and over and over again, because this is my song too. Being here, talking to people, coaching people, this is my song. This is what I have to contribute to the world. Like Tony Robbins talks about our need to feel significant, or our need to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Participate in a labor of love, if you will. Our need to do that. And this is just what I'm doing right now. So I forgot what I named the topic of this video today, but I'm just going to answer it. Hello to you guys, the 2 people that are in here right now. I'm sure 3 people now. I know it's midday and people are busy. If you're on the West Coast, it's probably a couple hours earlier. It's probably 10 a.m. there. Here in the Midwest, it's 12 Central. Hey, what's up, Paris? I'm glad to see you. Glad everybody's popping in. Glad I didn't get into the topic of today. I kind of just did I put a little bit of fat in the beginning of the video. So if you're just coming in here, and I know some of my subscribers, they like to put down in the comment section when the actual topic begins and when the discussion begins. Tell them that they can start at around 4 minutes. So if you guys want to do that for me, for everybody that's coming in, go ahead and put in the comment section, the discussion begins at 4 minutes. So the topic of today's video, it's all good. You go back and watch it on replay, Paris. Somebody asked, what if you did protest at the time of the breakup and texted too much? Is there chances of starting over and going no contact with positive results? There is still hope for you. What's up, Lanice? It is so good to see you. It's been a while. I was just thinking about you maybe 2-3 days ago. I was wondering, like, where is Lanice? I haven't heard from her in a while. I hope she's doing well. I know COVID is really keeping people indoors. So is there still hope? Yes, there is still hope. But the question is, how much protesting did you do? And if you burned bridges? Because if you protested in a negative way, because there are ways that people protest that are good to hear you're doing good. Doing well. There are ways that people protest where they burn bridges, they get nasty, they, swear, curse, attack the person, make them feel bad for being who they are. And usually those are the instances where the person don't want anything else to do with you. Like later on down the line, if they think about how the breakup happened, they're going to reflect on just how nasty you were during the breakup. So they may not want to revisit the thing again. But if you were begging and pleading because you wanted them back, you were bargaining, you were sweet and kind about it, then you may be in good standing. And they may think, later on down the line, once they start to revisit this thing again, maybe a couple months from now, they'll start to think about, wow, that person was really sweet. He was really nice to me. She was really a really good candidate to be in a relationship with. It was probably me who was pulling away, acting indifferent, making it seem like the relationship wasn't something that I really wanted. And those are the times where they will be willing to give you another chance because they're able to self-reflect. And it takes people like dismissive avoidance a while to really process their emotions and their feelings because they usually just repress them right away and participate in some type of escapism or go into like a little texting exchange with somebody else or whatever it is they like to do in order to put that wedge or that buffer between their feelings. But if you do still have a chance, if you ended with some type of loving, you said you texted too much, and that could be corrected by really pulling yourself back, mirroring their amount of text. And when I mean mirroring it, is if they're texting you 2 paragraphs, you text, do less. Actually, if they're texting you 2 paragraphs, text 1 paragraph. If they're texting you 40 words, you text 20. If they text you 8 words, you text 4. Really pull yourself back and start to show them indifference, because I say this all the time, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. When you're able to show them that you're indifferent about the breakup and you're no longer angry and you're no longer bitter, then that's when they'll start to think like, all right, this person has gotten himself under control. They're not giving me panic and anxiety attacks with all the long text messages that they're sending me. So there is still a chance for you. I'm not going to say your name. If you see this video, just know that I'm talking to you. Selena, hey, what's up? What up? You manifested over. I literally manifested her. Lenice, I manifested you because I was thinking about you. I sent you good positive vibrations, good waves of energy. And this is the thing about manifestation. You attract what you think about the most or what you fear the most. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to stop there. You manifest what you think about the most, period. And if you're thinking about fearful things, if you're fearing losing a person, you're going to attract that to your life. If you think about attracting something into your life, it's going to eventually happen. It may not happen in a day or two, but it will happen. You just have to have, that's what they call blind faith. So that's the question. And I get that all the time. The reason I picked that specific message or comment is because I get that in the emails a lot. I get that in a lot of my DMs on Instagram and on TikTok. They ask me if they've done too much and pushed that person too far away. Now, it's a bunch of different variables that do matter, though. How long were you guys together? Because if you were together for a couple years, you may be able to protest a little bit more because you still have that emotional connection to them. But if you've only been dating for 2 or 3 months and you're protesting a month down the line, then they'll probably think like, well, this person's a freaking psycho. Like, yeah, no, don't sign me up for no more of that. Like, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, wasn't a fan. Sorry, no, I don't want any. And you give out those vibes of people in the past that just couldn't let go. And if you're in a short-term relationship with them and you're really struggling to let them go after a short period of time, then they're going to wonder, like, they're going to realize that you're not really in love. You were never really in love. You never really cared for them. You just became attached to them like a parasite. but I'm not going to compare unhealthy attachment to a parasite, even though it kind of is, because it's finding self-fulfillment in something else. Think about that. You're finding self-fulfillment in something else, something external. So you mean manifesting in the sense of saying it out loud or just mental thoughts? I've been hearing this word a lot lately. So it's a bunch of different ways you can manifest something. You can do affirmations, which is the I ams. You could do declarations, which from what I hear, declarations are stronger than affirmations, because when you declare something, it gives it stronger power. It's like when you say I am, it's tricking your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind doesn't know right from wrong. It doesn't know real from fake. The more that you tell your subconscious mind something, it's going to manifest that, because it feels like that's just a natural progression of something. But declaring something is saying that something's already done, and it gives it a little bit more power and strength. You can do the research for yourself on that one with declarations. I personally am not too well versed in that. I do more affirmation work, but declarations I hear really good things about. And you can declare these things. You can affirm these things as far as like manifestation. You can have vision boards. There's a guy that I listened to a long time ago, podcast, and he was saying that what he would do is he wanted a certain car. He so happened to be a multi-millionaire, and I'm nowhere near that. But he would write down, he would sit. I want to make sure I'm accurate here. He would sit and he would meditate and think about his new reality of being in that car. He close his eyes and think about the sight, about the smell, the sights, the senses, the sound of the ding when a door opens, the smell of the leather, the sound of the engine when it starts up. And the more that you do that, I can remember what book was that? I think it's The Power Now. I think in The Power Now. Now I might be wrong, but bear with me here. In The Power Now, they give like an example of a guy that was in the military, and he wanted to go back home. He was supposed to get discharged, but he didn't. So what he did was he would sit in in the barracks, and he would think about the sights, the sounds of his apartment back home. And it relieved a lot of that anxiety and the depression that he was feeling about not being able to get discharged. So he would really, and this is what a lot of people in prison do. They would literally manifest their actual reality after they have experienced it enough within their own mind, if that makes sense. So if whatever you think about the most, you attract that into your life. Oh, and so happened a couple months after doing that, they gave him his discharge papers, and he was able to go back, and it was exactly the way he pictured it in his mind when he was sitting in his barracks. Was on no contact for 2 months with DA, gradually started communicating, going at a snail pace. Lots of time to work on me. DA expressing more. Good for you, Lanice. Dude, I really miss our conversations together. We have like that special connection when we have our sessions. You taught me a lot about patience too, as well. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about coaching, is you see some of the things that you struggle with in other people, which makes the connections that much more stronger. But yeah, it's definitely a snail's pace. And in your case, I know that things are, you guys are a little bit older. They say it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So yeah, Janae, what's up? I just commented on your comment, I do believe, this morning. Did you initiate contact, Lanice? Yes. What we had Lanice do is keep reaching out ever so often, but not talk about getting together. Not try to put too much pressure on him. And it looks like it's working. So the way for a DA is at a snail's pace. I mean, it all depends on how dismissive a person is. And that's all based in like childhood trauma, what they've been through, their level of trust for other people, and their level of trust for themselves too. Sometimes they don't trust their own judgment. So they have to take things very slowly to make sure that something is real and they're not just getting caught up in the beginning stages of the limerence. If you guys are seeing this, if you're in here, it's 9 people in here. Why haven't you liked this feed yet? I'm confused. I'm baffled. You know, I get a lot of people that come through my live sessions and they come through the page, and I can see it all through YouTube analytics. And there's not a lot of people who are subscribers. It's a lot of people that are just passing by. And the easiest thing to do is just to click the like button. You don't even have to subscribe. But that helps me out significantly as far as boosting the analytics and letting YouTube know that, you know, I am somebody that people need to hear and that you enjoy my work and you're supporting the community as well. Because the more people we get in here, the more people we can hear stories from, and you can kind of help each other out. And while I'm there, I want to thank the person that joined us, the membership. I was welcomed by a new seedling level membership, and I appreciate you. If you see this on a replay, just know I'm talking to you. Wink, wink. Their guard is always up. Thanks, Lanice. I appreciate that. Appreciate you helping out. If you're coming in here, like the feed. Let everybody know that Coach Court is in the building. I'm giving free coaching right now. Not everybody can afford coaching sessions, which is okay. I mean, that's just life. I get it. When I was going through my times of grief and turmoil, financially, mentally, emotionally, relationship-wise, I needed somebody to listen to, somebody to help me out. And I couldn't find so many people because there's not a lot of people that give actual live coaching sessions for free. It's a lot of pre-recorded stuff. So let me see here. I subscribed and shared. Janae, you know, my cousin name is Janae, and that's we had a pretty close bond growing up. And it's kind of cool to see her name spelled the exact same way pop up on the notifications here. Thanks, Janae. I often forget. Sorry. It's okay, Selena. No worries. No worries. I'm not trying to shame anybody here. Just one thing I learned about the land of YouTube is from my own personal experience too, is sometimes you have to remind people what to do. Because when you just see that notification pop up, you don't automatically want to like it and share it or even comment sometimes. Sometimes you just want to just sit back and watch. And I get that all across all my platforms. Instagram, Facebook, honestly, is the worst. Because Facebook, there are so many people, friends and family, that they watch my stuff. They don't share it. They don't like it. But I'll get an inbox from them. They'll say, man, I'm watching what you're doing. You're doing great. Keep it up. I'm like, okay. And I had a guy from London said, I've been watching your stuff for 7 months. And he's like, I finally decided to reach out. I'm like, well, I haven't seen you like or comment or anything. But if you're watching this, I still remember you, buddy. Like we had a good session together. That's neat for sharing your experience, learning something new every day. Yeah, every day you should be trying to get better and better, just a little bit at a time. That's what my old college coach used to tell me. You have to. We had this logo on our jerseys and on our all our gear, which is RIFP, which is reach your full potential. And he would say every day you should try to get there and just try to get a little bit better every day, like just one day at a time. It's almost like when I was working in people in recovery, we'd say just get a little better every day. You know, don't try to think about the next 40 years of sobriety. Think about the next 40 seconds and then the next 40 seconds and then the 40 seconds after that. Just continue to get better every day. If you're in here like this, join my membership. If you feel so inclined, it's only $2 a month. $10 if you really want to support me. And when things get back in gear as far as the Zoom calls, the reason I think the Zoom calls are a little bit tough for people, or people kind of steer clear of them, is because they're not really private, and it's kind of a process to get to Zoom. I'm thinking about going. If you guys think this is a good idea, I want you to like this and comment. For the $10 membership people, I'm thinking about having private live sessions here in order to answer your questions and support and give you guys some type of modules as far as helping yourself grow spiritually and mentally, and regain your self-control, because that's what it takes. Doing breakups, doing turmoils, doing job loss, death. It takes being able to control yourself, control your emotions, and changing the way that you view those endings in your life. Yeah, just so I'm all right. I'm catching up. So yeah, I'm just letting her come to me instead of reaching out if she wants to talk while working on myself. Jim Rohn said, "You have to learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job." All right, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I just posted on Instagram today. I'm going to read that quote because I think it's a good one. And I post all this stuff daily. Like I wake up in the morning, I think, where is Spirit calling me to teach about today, to post today? The quote says, "You hand someone your heart, they hand it back in pieces. You hand someone an apple, they give you back the core. Take the seeds from the core and plant more apple trees. Take the pieces of your heart and plant them in personal development." What y'all think about that quote? I think it's pretty good. I need to schedule a session. So Janae, if you join the membership, you get one free monthly coaching session. I mean, it's not really free, but it is substantially discounted as far as if you would like go to my website and book a session through there. So you get this every single month as part of being a member. If an AA leave you after 4 years plus on and off relationships and monkey branch into a rebound, what are the odds of them coming back? So 4 years, I feel that you already know the red flags. They see the red flags. They see things that they don't really want to continue to pursue in the future. I think as the man, it is up to the man to just simply end the things. Be masculine and just say, you know what? This isn't working. Because you're sticking around and you're loitering in the relationship when you know it's not good for you anymore. I feel like everything has an expiration date. Everything dies and everything changes, just like the live session I did earlier this week. Everything dies and everything changes. And as the man, it is much more attractive for you to just say, you know what? Things aren't going to change. Things aren't going to improve. I need to back myself out because I know, and that's living in the abundance mindset. I know there's someone else out there that's going to be a better match for me. It's a better pair. So if you're with somebody for 4 years and they back away, and usually women, they check out mentally and emotionally. They check out mentally and emotionally well before they decide to finally sever ties with you and end that relationship. She probably did that a long time ago. And as the man, you have to be able to recognize these signs when their attraction's falling for you, when they're pulling away, when they're not as sweet and loving as they used to be. You have to take the initiative, pull back. If not pull back, just end it yourself. Because you're essentially sitting around and waiting for them to break up with you, especially if it's a toxic situation. I will go back to all the videos I view and make sure I like them. Look at you, Veronica, overachieving with the gold star there. I need somebody to help me decorate or design my my logos for the loyal membership members. I need to schedule a session. Let's do that, Janae. Sounds like a good idea. Cool. That might be fun live sessions that help other people. Thanks, Chad. The quotes really hit hard. Good. They should. And that's the whole point of me naming this business Fruitful Seeds. It's because I'm just here to plant the seeds. And this is what I learned about working with kids, teenagers over a decade. I had a coworker of mine come up. He actually emailed me and said, "Hey, let's go out and have lunch." And out at lunch, I was saying, I'm really getting frustrated because I'm not seeing the growth from these kids. I'm not seeing them head in the right direction. They're still making these mistakes. And he said, you have to let go of the results. Let go of the need to have certain outcomes and results. All you can do is plant the seeds. You may never see the tree grow. You may all you can do is plant the seeds, walk away, and have faith that that tree would grow. And I still have people to this day. I haven't mentored in 4 or 5 years. Jeez. Yeah, 4 years. I still have old mentees reach out to me and say, hey, Cord, I remember this day, or remember when we did that, or remember when we went to Six Flags or the Wisconsin Dells. And it's cool. And they tell me about what's going on in their life. Some of them are signing on to play ball in college and stuff. And it's really cool to see. And most teachers, this is why I applaud teachers, is because they have a lot of students that they just push on to the next grade or to the next school or to their next journey in life. And they may not hear the stories about that kid or see that kid ever grow or reach their full potential. So, and that's one thing I struggled with, watching the kids graduate out the program. I never was able to follow up or see how they progressed in their life. And it was kind of daunting. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. You're an amazing logo designer. Send me your ideas. Chad, send me an email. I think somebody just did. So as always, I love you guys. Sending you peace, love, harmony, good chi, good vibes. Namaste. God is good. I love y'all. Peace.